Hi everyone, this is Mig from Seeks and Ball PH and welcome to episode 3 of the Kobe Hunt. Today we have a quick look and unboxing on the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Carpe Diem. To start things off, we are reviewing the Kobe 4s today because it's just been super difficult to find the Kobe 3s anywhere. Because like I said in my previous Kobe 2 video, after the Kobe 1 Protro, they decided to skip the Kobe 2 and Kobe 3 and go straight to the Kobe 4 Protro. Although of course, I will still keep looking. Then for this shoe, the Nike Kobe 4, it was his weapon of choice for the 2008 to 2009 season, where he finally won his first NBA championship without Shaq and his 4th NBA championship overall. And this was also his first NBA Finals MVP. In that same NBA season, Kobe Bryant was named an NBA All-Star for the 11th time. And this was also the season where he scored a then-record 61 points at the Madison Square Garden. Then this Carpe Diem colorway was definitely one of the most popular colorways that came out in 2009. So people were very happy when it came back in Protro form in 2019. When the Nike Kobe 4 Protro released in 2019, it did have a little bit of controversy. This was because in the press release for the Nike Kobe 4 Protro, it stated there that it had full-length zoom. However, Nike did edit it after a while and told everyone that no, there wasn't any full-length zoom on the Kobe 4. So the Kobe 4 Protro was definitely a little bit disappointing from the sense that it wasn't really a Protro. But we were all definitely still happy that we had the Kobe 4s again. Then with that out of the way, let's get into the unboxing. So the Nike Kobe 4 Protro comes in a standard Kobe 4 box. So it's pretty much all black everywhere. And then you just have a few black details on the box. So here at the top of the box, you do have the Kobe logo as well as Kobe's signature. Then here at the side of the box, you do have a Nike swoosh. Then here on the other side, you have that same Nike swoosh, as well as your sizing and colorway information. Then now, time to take a peek at the shoes. So you have your standard lid style, and then you have some plain paper inside the box. And oh yes, I really wanted this ever since I was a kid way back in 2009. So I'm just super happy that I have these in my possession. So here you have it. This is the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Carpe Diem. So just taking both shoes out of the box. Here you have your left shoe, and ooh, it looks so much better than what I remember, which is kind of impossible, but putting this aside for a while, we have a little bit more paper. And here you have your right shoe. That black, purple, and gold is just fuego. Then of course the Nike Kobe 4 is very popular because it was the first, really mainstream low-cut basketball shoe. So here you have it guys, this is the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Carpe Diem. So just a few quick tech specs on the Nike Kobe 4 Protro. For the outsole, it has a purely herringbone traction pattern. However, you do have both translucent and solid rubber. The translucent rubber is more on the lateral side as well as the heel. And then the solid purple rubber is here on the medial side. And it has this sort of splat pattern. Then peeking out here at the midfoot is this carbon fiber midfoot shank for torsional support. Then for the cushion, sadly, unlike the Kobe 1 Protro, the Kobe 4 Protros didn't feature any full-length zoom. Instead, what you have is pretty much the same setup from the original Kobe 4s, which is a full-length pylon midsole and a large volume zoom unit in the heel. They really didn't change much on the Nike Kobe 4 Protro. However, the one minor change they did was they changed up the pylon. The pylon that they used on the Kobe 4 Protros is a little bit softer than the original Kobe 4s. However, in my opinion, it's not that big of a difference. With this pretty minimal cushion setup, it does feel super low to the ground and very responsive. I am the type of person that wants a little bit more cushion on my basketball shoes. However, the pylon is nice and soft, so upon trying it out, it was pretty comfortable. But I will performance test these and hopefully the cushion will suffice. Then for the materials, you do have that carbon fiber midfoot shank here at the bottom. Then for the upper of the shoe, it does contain quite a few materials. Here at the toe and wrapping up to the first two eyelets, you do have this synthetic leather rand. Then for the rest of the toe, you do have this patent leather that's pretty shiny, and it does have this sort of snake scale design. You also have that same patent leather peeking out here at the heel, and then you have this pretty robust heel counter that's made of plastic. Then here at the midfoot, since this is a late 2000 shoe, you have fuse. I'm not really a fan of fuse because it can give you a lot of pinching and a lot of blistering, but it is a very sturdy material and it is lightweight. And it's also good that here on the Kobe 4s, the fuse is just limited to the midfoot, so I don't think it's gonna cause any problems there. Then here at the ankle collar, you have this very rugged mesh. And then here on the tongue, you have a different kind of mesh. This mesh on the tongue is actually very open and very airy, which is really good because it'll allow the heat inside the shoe to escape. Then on the top of the tongue, you do have this nubuck. You have some flat laces, and then here on the sock liner and back of the tongue, it is really padded and really well sculpted. I'm really a fan of the sock liner and tongue because it is just super nicely padded, so it gives you a really nice and comfortable feeling around your feet. Then for fit and sizing, just like all of the low-cut Kobes, it fit me perfectly. I went with my standard size 10 and there really isn't any dead space anywhere. And even to this day, the Nike Kobe 4 gives you some of the best lockdown. This was especially important at the time because people didn't really want to play in low tops. But people then began to realize that true ankle support is not based on the collar height of the shoe, but it is really about the lockdown as well as the containment of the shoe. My foot is a normal width, so that's what I would recommend for anyone with normal or narrow feet, is to go true to size. However, if you are a wide footer, I would recommend going up half a size, and the lockdown is so good on Kobes that even if you go up half a size or even a full size up, you're pretty much still very contained. Then for the aesthetic details on the shoe, for the outsole you do have that split look. So you have that translucent rubber on the lateral side, and then you have that purple solid rubber on the medial side. Then here at the midfoot part of the outsole, you do have this tiny yellow Nike swoosh. And then right beside that, you have the carbon fiber midfoot shank. Then here at the heel part of the outsole where it comes up just a bit on the midsole, you do have Zoom Air branding. Then here on the midsole, you do have that gray Phylon foam here on the midfoot and the heel. Then here on the forefoot, there is this rubber that comes up and cages the Phylon. Then here on the upper, it is predominantly black. Then you have those purple and yellow Nike swooshes, both here on the lateral side as well as the medial side. You also have that purple heel clip. And on the lateral side, you do have Kobe's signature in yellow. Then here at the patent leather on the heel, you do have an embossed number 24. The sock liner is yellow as well as the laces. Then you also have my favorite part of the shoe, which is this circle that says Carpe Diem. You have a little Nike swoosh there. You have 97, 09, and this bull. Then lastly, on the insoles, you have KB on the left one and the number 24 on the right one. For the overall aesthetics, I just really love the look of the Kobe 4s. Like, I haven't seen a colorway of the Kobe 4s that I didn't like. So, you know, it was very tempting for me not to double up on my Kobe 4s. But I ended up just getting the Kobe 4 Carpe Diems because I just really love the color scheme with this whole black, purple, and yellow. And of course, I love that tongue logo with that bull and Carpe Diem. But, you know, I really wouldn't have any complaints whether I had these, the Draft Days, any of the Undefeated collaboration colorways. I'd also love the Wizenards and even that weird colorway that had those, you know, those suede scales. So in my opinion, the Kobe 4s are just such a good looking shoe, and I think that a lot of NBA players echo my sentiments because even though the Kobe 4s released a while back, a lot of NBA players still use this to this day. This is definitely a shoe that I would rock on court as well as off court. I know it's not the easiest to style because it is black, purple, and yellow, but I really don't care because this shoe is fire. Then since I don't have any objectivity regarding this and I love all of the Kobe 4 colorways, please sound off in the comment section down below what your favorite Kobe 4 colorway is. Then for the price, the Nike Kobe 4 Protro retailed for 8,995 pesos or 175 US dollars. This is consistent with the price of the Kobe Protros, and in my opinion, if you're a Kobe fan or if you're a fan of Kobe sneakers, which I definitely am, then it's really worth it even if I have to pay resale. These were definitely hard to come by when they released, and most of the Kobe 4 Protro colorway sold out pretty fast. Well, except for the Wizenard colorway and that weird one which had those suede scales. So I did go on the resale market for these and I ended up paying 13,000 pesos, which is quite a premium, but I think it's pretty worth it because this was the best price that I could find for a pair of Carpe Diems. Of course, depending on the colorway, they would fetch different prices on the resale market, but for the most part, Kobe 4s are pretty expensive. I was able to grab my pair from Sir McCoy David, who runs the Shoemark IG page for sneakers, and it was a really good buy for me because it was in mint condition and it even had the original box. So if you were to get a pair of these on the resale market, you just really have to keep searching for the best prices. So there you have it, guys. That was episode 3 of the Kobe Hunt featuring the Nike Kobe 4 Protro Carpe Diem. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for any future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below as well. Then also sound off in the comment section down below if you like Nike Protros more than Jordan Retros, or if you like Jordan Retros more than Kobe Protros. Then if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot here at Sneaks and Ball PH.